It's not news that Turki Al-Sheikh is starting a new boxing division with Dana White. The aim for this new boxing league is to break down the multiple barriers and politics that prevent the big fights from occurring. Now again, it's not a secret that there are many belts owned by different organizations. Time and time again has proven problematic to getting the big fights set up because of politics, money, promoters beefing with each other. However, specific things need to happen for this boxing league to work, and I'm going to break it down in this video and how it might not work in Turki Al-Sheikh's favor. Before we get started, hit that subscribe button. Let's get into it. So sometimes organizations will prop up boxers in their rankings in a bid to make money. Some organizations also even establish better relationships with promoters, which is a conflict of interest, of course, which is part of the issue of boxing nowadays and having multiple organizations and multiple belts. There's also the issue of the resistance of a unification title fight, all in the interest to make money. People even say that this can dilute the significance of championships and create a lack of clarity regarding the sport's most prominent fighters. So in lieu of all this, Turki Al-Sheikh and Dana White have created their own boxing league to fix these issues and create only one champion. In theory, the aim is that the best will fight the best for one title per division. Now, in practice, it might be a little bit different. When executing this, they have things to consider. Here is what I take issue with in this whole boxing league. In order for this league to work, fighters would absolutely need to fight exclusively for this league, similar to the UFC, which means there's 5 to 10 fight contracts that would need to be agreed upon for this to work. Now, I don't know how many boxers are doing that these days, you know what I mean? You're basically signing your life away here. Otherwise, if they're not locked into the new boxing league, again, exclusively, then this new belt would just be another added belt to the many belts already. I know what you're thinking. It's not hard to sign these fighters to this new league. Problem is that it actually might be. Boxers love to be their own bosses and they run their own promotions. They love to be at the negotiating table. They love to be working closely with the promoters. They think that they can sell out their own stadiums. They don't need a lot of promotional help depending on who you are. A perfect example is a guy like Tank Davis. He's someone who can sell out a stadium on his name alone. He can also do some... Tank Davis is someone who can sell out an entire stadium on his name alone and do substantial pay-per-view numbers without the help of Turki Al-Sheikh. This is important because if boxers join the league, are boxers now confined to what Turkey will pay them with little to no opportunity for boxers to approach the negotiation table? Again, this is a big deal for bigger fighters who have a lot of pull in the boxing game. Next, the second question to that point is if fighters sign with this league, because remember, they have to sign exclusively for it to work. How do you make this belt mean more than the other belts? They have to fight exclusively. Are these fighters allowed to fight outside of the league? To use Tank again, it begs the question. We know Tank is not gonna join this league. We know that very well. Are we now being deprived of seeing the potential fights because they are not in the league of these other boxers? And this goes for any other fighter that has a giant name that decides to not sign with Turki and Dana. Let's say Shakur Stevenson signs with the new boxing league. Tank Davis doesn't sign with the boxing league. That's a fight we all want to see. Are we gonna not see that now because Shakur Stevenson has signed an exclusive deal with the boxing league? And let's say it's very close to happening. Tank is saying, I want it done, let's get it done. Shakur Stevenson is saying, I want it done, let's get it done. Are they allowed to fight each other? And if they do fight each other, is it for a belt? What belts? Like, there's so much that goes into this. Are you fighting for the WBC now? Are you fighting for this new boxing league belt? There can't be that much cohesiveness for this to work because again, it devalues the new league and its new belt because the idea is to have one belt, one champion per division. You can't have that if there's still a WBC, a WBO, and so on and so forth. And if they do allow these cross fights to happen, this contradicts the whole point of the new league about fighters fighting the best for a championship belt. That's the idea. But again, this creates issue. If Tank Davis is a champion in one respect and Shakur Stevenson is a champion in another respect, they're gonna fight each other for no reason, just to keep their belts. Who's buying into that? We want to see unification fights. My personal opinion, I don't think the solution is to create a new boxing league. I think it's a little ridiculous that they're doing that. If boxing didn't have its issue with politics and corruption and things of that nature, Turki Al-Sheikh and Dana White wouldn't have felt the need to create a new boxing league to try to clean up the sport a bit. I just think they're taking the wrong angle at it here. I think there has to be a way for Turkey to create a governing body that the current boxing organizations report into so that there is a bit of integrity integrity amongst the WBC, WBO, etc., etc. So if there is politics happening between the organizations that's preventing the big fight, the governing body then steps in and mandates the unification fights and addresses any corruption. Obviously, in a perfect world, that would be ideal, and I believe Turkey has the power to do that and the funds to do that. So now the best fight the best without fail. How you get the boxing organizations to report into this governing body will require a lot of money, but nonetheless, we will see the best fight the best because this governing body is stepping in to mandate the fight, and traditional boxing fans can keep the novelty of the boxing organizations and all the belts. At the end of the day, I also personally love the look of all the belts, man. It just, something about it makes you look like a real champion to me anyways. You let me know in the comment section below what you think about this boxing league. It's been your boy Aphrodisiac signing out till next time. Do not touch that dial. Like and comment below. Peace.